All right, good morning. So welcome to Flow Meditation, and sorry I'm like a minute or so late. Let's go ahead. Props that you might or might not need today. Maybe some blocks, maybe a strap if you're or a belt if you have one. Maybe a blanket to sit on, possibly, or use this for any kind of prop. We're gonna start today on our back. And we're going to have our knees bent, feet on the ground, and kind of let's allow the knees just to fall into each other. So you guys are going to start here, and we're going to start our practice today with a meditation. So just finding a comfortable space on your mat. And I felt that this was a good meditation to kind of have at the beginning so we can use it throughout the practice today. So it combines, it's called the meditation of intent. And it's going to combine 3 intentions to help develop a strong body, a clear mind, and a spirit that's equally filled with love, wisdom, and some power. So go ahead and close your eyes in your reclined position. And inhale and exhale out the nose. Just kind of come to that gentle breath to start. And a lot of us have been under a lot of stress, have had anxiety. So this meditation will allow our mind just to kind of slow down a little bit. It reduces our blood pressure, our heart rate. Calms us. This kind of calms our entire being. Promotes peace, serenity. And it just brings you back to the present moment. As we've been so just consumed with everything that's been going around us, and this is definitely something needed to kind of bring us down, ground us, and our practice as well will kind of really touch on that today a lot. So first, again, start to take those deep breaths in and out the nose. We're going to start with start with those intentions. So as you inhale, repeat silently, my body is strong and supple. And as you exhale, repeat silently, my mind is clear. Inhale and repeat silently, my spirit is filled with power, love, and wisdom. And exhale and repeat silently, all in equal measure. Just continue to breathe and repeat those intentions, and I'll repeat them again just to kind of get them going. And start to feel those intentions fill your entire body, your entire being, your heart, your soul. Again, inhaling and repeating silently, my body is strong and supple. Exhaling, and my mind is clear. Inhaling, my spirit is filled with power, love, and wisdom. And exhaling, all in equal measure. One last time if you haven't been repeating them. So again, inhale, my body is strong and simple. Exhaling, my mind is clear. Inhale, my spirit is filled with power, love, and wisdom. And exhale, all in equal measure. So continue to take a few more breaths here. Mentioned this is going to be a very grounding practice, and that includes, of course, just kind of starting to wake up the body a little bit, kind of warm up our abdomen. So we're going to do a few core moves just to kind of, again, warm us up. And we'll do a few more throughout the practice as well. So we're going to start by taking our left leg and go ahead and extend it long on the mat, and we'll squeeze the right knee into the chest. So flexing both of the feet, keeping them active. Alright, and then starting with lifting up the left leg. So see, my leg is kind of floating off of my mat. We want to just have it lifted up a little bit here. And then we're going to take our arms and extend them, reach them towards our feet. So just kind of energetically reaching that direction. Alright, lift up the shoulders and your head. So you want to still kind of keep our chin tucked a little bit. We want to have our core is what's actually lifting us up. And you might be shaking already, which I am, so that's okay. Alright, good. Go ahead and lower down the left leg. Bring the right knee into the chest as you lower yourself down. Good. Alright, let's go ahead and switch. So starting by taking the right foot to the mat, we'll bring the left foot to the mat. Extend that right leg long. Let's go ahead and bring the left knee to the chest again. Both feet are flexed to start. release the hands, reaching for the feet, so energetically reaching. And then lifting up the shoulders and the head. Again, also lifting up this right leg. Good, one more breath. Lowering everything down, squeeze that knee in for a moment. All right. And then go ahead, bring both feet onto the mat. So just knees are bent. And we're going to take the arms above the head and then interlace the fingers and create that little pillow with our hands. So elbows are out. All right, lifting up the legs, flexing the toes. So what we're going to do is actually lift up with our exhale. So we want to have the, again, shoulders off the mat, head up off the mat as well. And as we inhale, lower a little bit down. Exhale up. Inhale down. All right, one more round. Good. Release the feet down. Release the arms above the head. Just kind of stretch out the body for a moment. So one more move here on the mat. Okay. So again, bend those knees. And we're going to start to lift up the shoulders and the head. So reaching those arms again energetically forward. And as we exhale, we're going to start to bring the toes down as we reach the arms out. So like a full body crunch. And then go ahead and bring it up. Inhale, extend everything out. Let's do 3 more. All right, good. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Good. Release the arms above the head. Go ahead and stretch the legs out. Let's do a full body stretch here. Just kind of really stretching everything out. Good. Grab both knees into the chest and start to rock and roll a few times. And we're going to come all the way to our hands and knees. So kind of maybe find enough momentum to kind of work your way there. Let's do a few poses here. So it's starting to drop the belly down, lift the heart. Hopefully your belly's already feeling kind of warmed up. Exhale, round through. Taking a nice deep breath in again, cow pose. Exhale and rounding the spine. Coming into cat. Deep breath again. And exhale it out. All right, let's go ahead and inhale, extending the right leg back. I'm just gonna push back on your heel, so extending the foot back. We'll take the leg, lift it up, and then take it over to the left side, side body stretch here. And then taking a peek back at your toes. Good, take it back to center. Then we'll take it all the way over to the right side, planting that left hand, lift the left arm up. Good, come over, maybe a little bit back, opening backwards a little bit too. All right, good. Go ahead and send the hand back down, bring the foot back to center. Then we'll do the left, extend the left toes back. Just push back on the heel for a moment. Still engaging our belly here and relaxing the shoulders. All right, take the foot all the way over to the right side. Just move my blanket out of the way. Good, take it all the way over to the left. As we plant that right hand, lift that left arm up and open up. Arm comes back down. As we bring the foot back to center, let's go ahead and tuck the toes, lift up the hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now I'm gonna just have my blanket nearby. I also have my strap nearby, so excuse me a second while I'm gonna put those near me. All right, and we're gonna move again between down dog and plank for a few breaths. Just again, kind of create some heat. And again, I just want you to use your abdomen, use your core to keep the movement. All right, go ahead, inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Good, hold for a moment. And then exhale, shift it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift it forward to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, shift it forward. So you shouldn't have to move anything really at all at this point if you're shifting back and forth. These are the positions your hands and feet should be in. Exhale, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good, one more time, inhale, shift it forward. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Now I'm gonna set this up really quick while you're still taking a few breaths in down dog. So taking deep breaths in through the nose today, and I want you to actually engage that UGI breath and also lion's breath, finding an open mouth, sticking out the tongue, really finding a lot of engagement here. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and step the right foot up to the top of your mat. We're gonna lower down the left knee. Now this is where I'm gonna use my strap. Again, you don't have to use a strap. If you have one, awesome, but if you don't, what we're gonna do is actually take the right hand and reach back for the foot. It's a little quad stretch. I'm gonna use a strap for this. I find it a little more comfortable. So wrapping, hopefully I can do this, wrap my foot, there we go. And then taking this in my right hand. My left hand's gonna be on the mat. And just pulling that strap forward. So yeah, nice quad stretch. Again, if you can reach your foot comfortably here, go ahead and do that. We want to open up the shoulder here on the right side as well. Perfect. Go ahead and release. Leave the strap there for a second. As we release, blocks can be handy here too. We're going to start to straighten out the right leg. Yeah, lifting those toes up, coming into a runner stretch or half split. bring it back forward. I'm going to move this strap officially out of the way, hopefully. So coming into a low lunge, let's go ahead and lift up that left knee. Let's plant the left hand, right arm comes up to twist. So already engaging here to engaging to create that lift in the body. All right, hand comes down. Let's step all the way up to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach to rise. Reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart. So again, coming back to those intentions. You know, having our mind and body, everything be supple, healthy. Let's inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's plant the hands. Let's step back to plank pose. And then exhale to downward facing dog. So we're not gonna, well, don't worry, we'll get into some vinyasa in a few moments, but just gonna take a few breaths here. Again, opening the mouth, stick out the tongue. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. All right, step that left foot up to the top. We're gonna lower down the right knee. And again, if you can't, you know, I'm gonna use that strap again. And this time, my right hand's gonna plant. My left arm is gonna grab a hold of the strap, again, opening it up, pulling that leg in towards my body. Ooh, is that intense? I do have some tight quads the last couple days I've been noticing, so this is actually much needed. All right, take another breath. Let's go ahead and release the foot. If you have the strap, I'm gonna move it out of the way. Start to straighten out the left leg as we sink back, but not all the way. So I still want you to keep yourself lifted up. It's just really, we're just kind of gently moving into hamstring stretches, nothing too crazy. Good, go ahead and plant your left foot, lift up that right knee, and if you have the blanket like I do, I'm gonna move it out of the way, plant that right hand, lift the left arm up, twist. Good, hand comes down. Let's step all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, as we come up, reach up tall. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step both of the feet back to plank pose. Here we go. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, heart lifts, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lifting up the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling up the right leg. Exhale, step it forward. We're gonna come to warrior two. Open up. And I'm gonna grab a block as well. All right, take a few breaths here. Straightening out the front leg. Now we're not totally warmed up for this, but that's okay. I don't want you to have to dive in too deeply, but just enough. So go ahead, reach it forward and then float down to triangle pose. Bend in, warrior two. All right, cartwheel the arms all the way down. We're going to come up on the back toe. Now here's where you can use blocks if you wish to. We'll demonstrate with the blocks today. We're going to pick up this right leg that we have stepping up towards the top of the mat. Now we're not going to step it back. We're actually going to round in here and hold this for a few breaths. All right, good. Step it back to plank pose. Lose the blocks if you have, and then lower down. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lifting up the heart. Exhale, lift up the hips, downward facing dog. All right, inhaling up the left leg, stepping all the way up to the top, warrior two. Good, go ahead, straighten out the front leg and lengthen forward with those left fingers. Come on down, triangle pose. All right, warrior two, so bend back into that front leg. Maybe lifting those corners of our mouth, allowing just kind of happiness, love to kind of float in. All right, cartwheel the arms down. Again, we're gonna use the blocks if you want to. Coming up on the back toes, and then we're gonna lift up this left knee in towards the chest. Good, step it back to plank. And lower down, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Good. Inhale, heart lifts to cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here again. In through the nose, out of the mouth, in through the nose, out of the mouth. Again, one more time, deep breath in. Exhale it out. All right, lifting up those toes, bending the knees. Let's take a walk or a hop all the way up to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. All right, go ahead and bring yourself all the way up to stand. Our hands come back to the heart. Good. Take a couple breaths, release the arms to the side. Mountain pose. Rolling those shoulders back. Oh, don't worry, there'll be a little bit more heat happening in a moment. This is kind of like our rest, our down time. All right, let's go ahead and sit into chair pose. So feet about, let's actually move them about hips distance for whatever your hips distance is. Sit down into the seat, into your seat. Toes are pointing forward. And imagine that there's a block, or you can place the block in between the legs without compromising, like the knees kind of knocking in. All right, now we're gonna slowly bring the arms back. As we do that, we kind of stick the butt back a little bit. So really kind of putting weight into the heels. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale again. Good, inhale, reach those arms up. And then exhale, bring them back. All right, so while we're gonna pause here for a second, come up onto the tippy toes. Take a couple breaths. All right, exhale, release it down. Awesome, take the feet apart. Now we'll take them a little further, maybe the width of your mat. Bend the knees, grab elbow to elbow. Let's go ahead and hang in ragdoll for a few breaths. And just kind of move around a little bit. Shake the head yes and no. Let the back release. All right, releasing the hands if you have them bound. Bring the feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Let's go ahead, plant the hands, but just step back the left foot. We're gonna come into warrior one to start. Good, opening to warrior two. Let's go ahead and flip that from palm reverse. Awesome. And then exhale, extended side angle. So again, remember what we did, I don't know if it was in this class or not, might have been. So really reaching forward and then rotating open. So really getting that rotation in the shoulder here. Keeping this hand here that's on my leg active. All right, one more breath. Let's go ahead and come back to warrior two. Good. Cartwheel the arms all the way down. Let's step it back to plank. And exhale to downward facing dog. All right, let's go ahead and inhale up the right leg. We're gonna bend the knee here, open the hip up a little bit. And then we're gonna exhale, bring the knee over to the right tricep. Hold it there for a moment. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it up, three-legged dog, over to the left. And if you want to stay here, you can, or kick the foot through, opening up to that fallen star, that wild thing pose. Good. Bring the leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it all the way up to the top. Step up the left to meet the right. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to stand. Reach those arms up. Exhale, mountain pose. So just bring the hands to the heart, releasing them down to your sides. Good. Taking a few moments in the breath. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side of the body. So guess where we're starting here? Let's go ahead and inhale and sit again, bringing those feet again so they're about hips distance. Block or no block. Sit down into chair. Good, taking a nice breath in. Let's go ahead and slowly sweep those arms back. Good, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sweep those arms back. Inhale, reach it up so we're feeling a nice burn in the legs. Let's go ahead, sweep them back. Hold here. Lift up to the toes. Sit down a little deeper. All right, exhale, fold it down. Good. All right, reach those feet all the way to the edges of your mat. We're gonna take our peace fingers, and grab onto the big toes with those fingers. Allow the knees to softly bend, elbows to bend, hang the head down. Let's just go ahead and come into this little bind. Inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, fold it in. Release your bind. We'll bring the toes back in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. So this time the right foot's gonna come back. Plant the heel, warrior one with our breath. Good. Just taking a few moments here. Exhale, open to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle pose. So again, same thing. You want to take the arm forward first, then sweep it around, opening up the shoulder, opening up our body, opening the chest up towards the ceiling. Keeping that back leg engaged and straight. Go ahead and come up to warrior two just for a moment. And then cartwheel it down. Step back to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. We're going to inhale up the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip. All right, knee over to left elbow. All right, inhale, send it up, three-legged dog. Knee to nose. Inhale, send it up. Knee over to the right, kick it through. Good. And then send it all the way back up. Step it all the way up to the top. Right foot meets that left, big step. All right, inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. All right, come all the way up. Reach those arms up tall. Exhale, hands. Nice, you guys are doing great. Okay, let's go ahead, start to kind of wind this down. So it doesn't mean it's gonna be easier, it's just winding it down. All right, let's go ahead, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold it down. Reach down for your toes. Inhale to chair. So again, try to keep the feet apart. Let's go ahead and come up onto the toes. Again, so really sinking down. And then what we're going to try to do from here is come all the way to our seat and come into boat pose. So it might just kind of be a transition of sorts. Maybe it comes into a squat, and maybe it comes into here. And to keep the integrity of your back, your spine, your heart lifted, you know, maybe we're just gonna stay here today, or maybe you offer yourself some support by just touching your toes on the ground. If you can maintain your integrity by straightening the legs here or releasing the arms, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna stay here. All right, so we're in the lower halfway. So you might have to let go. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, lower a little bit. And then lower, or bring it up, I should say. And then lower almost all the way on the ground. So coming to like a low boat. Good, lower all the way down. Reach those arms up. Yeah, go ahead, stretch that body out. All right, so we're not done with the core just yet. One little bit more. All right, and I might have done this in this practice, one of these videos, I'm not really entirely sure. So we're gonna place our hands underneath our sits bones to kind of offer a little padding there. And then we're gonna send the legs up into the air. All right, so you can keep the feet flexed or pointed, not really a thing, doesn't really matter. Okay, so this is called 30, 60, 90. So in each exhale, we're gonna lower the legs 30 degrees. So the idea is to keep them, you know, obviously try to lower them as much as you can so they're hovering above the mat eventually. And using that core to do all the movement. Okay, so if it's not comfortable with you having your hands underneath, you can always place them on the mat next to you too. All right, So first, bringing the big toes together so our heels are sticking outward. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale, lower the legs 30 degrees. All right, exhale, lower 30 more. And then exhale, hover. All right, tap the toes, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send them back up. And if you need to, just maybe kind of roll in the back for a sec. Okay, so that was round 1. Round 2, take the heels so that they're together, toes are out, so like frog feet. Let's go ahead, take a deep breath. Exhale, lower. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower. Deep breath. Exhale, hover. 10, clicking the heels. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach them up. Good, you guys are doing awesome, I'm sure. Okay, last round. Okay, so I'm gonna point my toes this time. And what I'm gonna do when I finally get down to the bottom is we're gonna crisscross scissors. So, inhale it in. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And lower. And exhale, lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up they go into the chest. Good. We're a little back massage. So that was enough engaging the core, I think, today. Hopefully you'll get a little, hopefully you're sweating a little bit. I actually am. And there's snow outside, imagine that. Okay, so we're going to plant the feet onto the mat here. The legs about hips distance apart again. And you can kind of reach to see, you can find your ankles or heels. And we're going to start with a bridge pose. So just pressing in, lifting the hips. So this time we're engaging this little bum right here, our quads, and maybe rolling the shoulder blades underneath. All right, and from here, go ahead and walk the heels in a little bit. We're going to take the right leg up, and we'll cross the ankle over the thigh. Okay, so you can stay here if you like, keeping the feet active, or if you want to grab onto the shin or behind the leg, use a strap if you need to. Any of those positions, so threading the needle or crossing, doing a reclined figure four is another variation here. Okay, if you have your leg lifted into your chest, go ahead and lower the left leg down. We're going to cross this leg over a little bit more, so kind of like sitting fancy, sitting like a lady. You guys, if you're watching, just kind of do the best you can. All right, we're going to scoot the hips over to the right side, and we're going to drop the knees over to the left. So not important if they touch the ground, just keeping the shoulders down here, and you can do a T-arms, or maybe a half T, depending on how you're feeling. Maybe you're using your left hand to guide the legs down a little closer. Gazing over to the right. This is a really deep twist. I actually really love doing twists and things, so it just really feels good on the back. So, you're welcome. yourself back to center. Now, before we move on to the other side, let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. We'll just open up the legs, open up the knees, and come into a Supta Baddha Konasana. We'll just allow ourselves to find a nice opening. Gentle opening of the hips. All right, using your hands, go ahead and bring the knees together. And again, walk the feet so that they're, the knees are bent, legs are about hips distance apart. And we're gonna press up into that bridge pose again. Okay, so lifting up the left leg and then crossing the ankle over the right thigh. Starting here, flexing the feet, and then either lifting the legs into the chest with your hands or strap. Or again, you can always keep the leg on the ground and then gently open the hip by pressing away. Alright, if you have your leg lifted into the chest, go ahead and lower it down. We're going to cross that left leg over the right. Shift those hips to the left side. Drop the knees over to the right side. Again, coming into a formation with your arms that's comfortable, keeping the shoulders grounded down. Alright, go ahead and bring the legs back to the center of the mat. Again, we'll just kind of connect the soles of the feet. Again, spending a few moments in Supta Baddha Konasana. This time you'll be placing a hand on your heart and one on the belly. And feeling the breath coming in and out, just softening the body. bringing the knees together. We'll give them a final squeeze into the chest, maybe rocking a little on the back. And let's go ahead and grab onto the ankles or the feet, the toes, and come into happy baby. Allowing for the low back to remain on the ground. You know, if you can't quite reach, like if you feel like you're lifting up like this, you know, just maybe grab the ankles here. Or even taking just the shins. You can keep the knees in towards the chest and still do the same thing. You know, opens the hips here. That's all we're looking for. So just find, again, the posture that works for you. Okay. Then go ahead, release the legs onto the mat. Extend them long if it feels good, or use any props that you need to support the body. And go ahead and rest in Shavasana. Start to deepen the breath. Start to bring some gentle movements back into the body, wiggling toes and fingers. Let's go ahead and stretch the arms up over the head, finding a nice full body stretch. And then walking the feet in or bringing the knees into the chest and then rolling over to your favorite side. And just feeling the effects of our practice today. All right, and gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes remaining closed. And then bringing the hands to your heart center. So thank you so much for sharing your practice, your energy with me today. Again, keep those intentions close to your heart, close to your body, close to your mind and your soul. Let's go ahead and bring the thumb knuckles up to the third eye, center of the forehead. The divine light in me honors the divine light in each of you. And together we'll bow. Namaste. Again, thanks so much for offering your time and spending it with me this morning. You can always review this later if you didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing. So yeah, it'll be available in our videos. So take it easy, and we'll see you soon.